much for joining us during this momentary distraction of simple amusements and magic. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us once again on this Thursday night. It's always a pleasure to see all of you out there watching and supporting Faust, and I truly appreciate that. I'm pretty excited about our featured guest, so please don't go away, because just in a moment we are going to meet our featured guest of the evening. But ladies and gentlemen, before I go on any further, I wanted to pay my respects to a great light that passed away yesterday. And that person is probably one of the greatest magicians and illusionists of our time, and that's Siegfried of Siegfried and Roy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to pay just a small moment of silence for Siegfried, who passed away yesterday. That's Siegfried and Roy, masters of the impossible, and may you rest in peace. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I never met Siegfried and Roy, but I did have the pleasure of watching them in Las Vegas in one of their final performances. And I must say, I was honored just to see that. Another announcement I wanted to make was that on January 23rd, I'll be joining two other friends of mine, and I hope you can make it. It is with Elliot Hunter and Bill Cook, and we are going to be performing on January 23rd, and you can find us on Eventbrite under the magic of Elliot Hunter, the VIP experience. So ladies and gentlemen, please take a look at that and check us out for that evening. And thank you for allowing me to share some of the announcements tonight. And so without further ado, I would like to open with something of a treat for me. And what I love doing on the show is sharing curios. And if you don't know what a curio is, it is something that I've been collecting for years, and it comes from one of my favorite artists. But before we go on, if you don't know what a curio is, take a look at this and hopefully you remember. A curio is an object of curiosity and rarity, and it is my pleasure to share this with all of you out there. It is made by one of my favorite artists, and his name is Thomas Kuntz. That name might sound familiar to you. He's pretty famous for creating these automatons or sculptures with that moves and has gears in them. And this particular sculpture is a bust of Robert Houdin, who's considered the godfather of modern magic. And if you can see, there are a lot of details in this art piece that Thomas Kuntz made. And one of those details is the gears on the podium there. And for those of you who know, Robert Houdin was a clockmaker, and I believe that Thomas Kuntz had paid tribute to that fact by carving these gears in the podium of Robert Houdin. One last detail that I would like to point out is this little macabre symbol in under the head of Robert Houdin. And for me, I believe this is the sort of style that Thomas Kuntz has. And if you look him up, I'll pull up his website here, and you could find him and see most of his artwork at artomic.com, and you will see that he has a very distinct style that is influenced by vintage horror movies and whatnot. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this curio of the evening by Thomas Kuntz. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to introduce our featured guest, and I'm very excited to introduce him to all of you. He is the host and creator of the annual Night of the Raven at the world-famous Magic Castle. He is also a renowned magician and a seance performer, to say the least, and he is also a good friend of mine. Please welcome Micah Cover.
Dude, that was beautiful, man. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out MySpace. You know, I'm still trying to get the 12 to stop blinking on my VCR, and you figured out all this crap, guys. Give it up for Mr. Faust, man. Because this is glorious, man. Thank you. Yeah, Legreen's giving you a heart or $3. Either way. Christopher is giving you some citrus fruits. I think. Oh no, those are applause. Sorry, I apologize, Christopher. You're absolutely right. But Faust, what a beautiful intro. What a beautiful thing you've created for us, man. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Micah. It is a pleasure. You know, we were just talking that we met, you know, during the pandemic, during one of my lectures, and It is a pleasure to have met you during that time. And, you know, I was excited to have you come on because in between that time, the only contact I ever had with you was seeing you in lights at the world famous Magic Castle, and I knew your name was familiar, and I put two and two together, and I said, he's the host of the annual Night of the Raven, and so I was quite excited about that, and I'm so excited to have you here, Micah. Thank you so much.
Dude, the pleasure is all mine, man. What a thrill to be a part of this. I get to see some of your episodes. I got to see one with fellow Night of the Raven veteran Frederick Falk, which was glorious. And dude, everything you do, your lectures, your performances. And before we go any further, these people need to know, what did you win? What did you win?
Thank you. Oh my God. You know, so it was a online or a virtual competition that was being held by a IBM ring in Bangladesh. And, you know, Jeff McBride, who is my teacher, he was the one who kind of said, hey, Chris, this is a great networking thing, so you should check it out and go meet people. And that is why I did it, is to just kind of meet people. And I did. And, you know, the fortunate thing is I actually won. I don't know why, but I won.
See, when I go out to check something out and meet people, I'm lucky if I don't get thrown out. I'm lucky if I get a coupon for a free drink.
Oh, stop.
You check something out and you win an international competition on your first try. That's fucking crazy to me, man.
Man.
Anyway, congratulations, man. And he deserves some citrus fruit for that.
Okay, thank you.
Again, see, I've got a Commodore 64, so the applause emoji looks like pineapple. I got to apologize. I'm not technologically advanced like this guy. But
You
yeah,
know,
congratulations.
the sad thing is, Micah, is I know what a Commodore 64 is, so that's the sad part of all this.
Me too. Yeah, yeah. All the Generation Zers, they're like, "Is that a club? That sounds hot." No,
Right.
no, that's Commodore 64 is not a club. But yeah, look at all the applause you're getting. You're well deserved applause. Thank you, Rob and Christopher and Philip and Judy and LaGreen. And I believe, unless he's already left, Jonathan Molo is here, Mr. JM, the man in the purple suit.
He is
tonight.
And he knew that you were coming on, and so I know he's a big fan of yours, Micah, and it seems like you got a lot of fans here tonight just for you. So
thank you. Well, I owe him $20 and he wants his money. But everybody else, they're here for you, man. Thank you. Thank you for letting me be here. Yeah. Yeah, and I know I know you like to keep things moving. Should we just get into the thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're here, and I'm looking forward to it. So whatever you got, Micah, we're on your time.
Thank you, man. So I'm going to try to bring my laptop down. Now, as you know, since I'm on a Commodore 64, I'm just going to hope that this works. Okay, so here we go. Here we go, Sir Faust. Step into my office. Yeah, this is okay, right?
Yes, perfect view. Yes.
Excellent. Lovely. Okay, so check this out, dude. I've got a wallet from our friends from the Academy of Magical Arts. Oh, yes. I'm gonna keep it in frame. We're gonna use it in just a minute. Here is a deck of cards. They're in no particular order, but you don't have to take my word for it, Mr. Faust. Oh no, you are going to be in control. So tell you what. I noticed something interesting about your name. Chris is 5 letters. Faust is 5. Herren is 6. So if you had to just say 5 or 6, it doesn't really matter. I'm just curious.
5.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's interesting. So because Chris is 5, Faust is 5, Herren is 6. You know what? Tell you what. Let's just mix things up a little bit. Literally, let's go by 6s in honor of Herren, because that's the name people know you by the least. So tell you what, I'm going to keep shuffling. You just count out loud to 6. Go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Perfect. Now let's cut the deck 6 times. Let's cut it 6 times. Say stop.
Okay, stop.
That's 1. Say stop.
Stop.
That's 2. Say stop.
Stop.
That's 3. Say stop.
Stop.
That's 4. Say stop.
Stop.
That's 5. And you know what? You said 5. Let's stick with 5. Let's honor that choice. Now here's that wallet again. Whoa. Now, whoa, right? Look at the CGI. We've spared no expense, man. In your face, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Look at it.
Oh boy.
I know, right? Okay. So I've noticed that it helps to elevate things. You can still see the wallet, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm slowly taking off the first paperclip. I'm slowly, in burlesque, they call this a peel. Isn't that exciting? Yes, a peel. Yeah. Okay. And it was the 2 paper clips, keeping it close. Hey, there's something inside the wallet. Mr. Faust, can I show you?
Yes, absolutely.
Check it out. A piece of paper with a prediction. Oh, the magic is strong with this one. I just got to the opener, and Philip is who said that? Edward is already using Star Wars references. I love it. Okay. So again, we're going to put this to the side. Now, check this out. We're going to, like I said, we did cut 5 times, but let's do everything by 6s. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay.
So watch this. I can deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top. Or I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drop it like it's hot. Or from the bottom. Mr. Faust, I've always wanted to ask you, top or bottom? Or middle. Or middle. Let's keep this PG-13.
Yeah.
Top, bottom, or middle? Top, bottom, or middle?
I like top. I like top.
You like top? Okay. Oh, ladies. Okay. I hope you're taking notes. Okay. So you say you like top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, do I deal or do I drop? It's your call, brother.
Let's drop it like it's hot, my friend.
Drop it like it's hot. I love it. Okay. Top, bottom, or middle? Go.
Middle.
Yeah. Philip is already laughing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That looks middle to me, but do you want me to go 1 up, 1 down, or stay there? It's your call.
Let's go 1 up.
Yeah, I don't trust me either. Let's go 1 up. Okay, all right, cool. And Mr. Faust, do we deal or drop it like it's hot?
Let's drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. I love it. Okay, so check this out. We're not going to use the whole deck. Oh no, because one, we're going to watch the time, but also we don't need the whole deck. So here's another question: do we do one more move or do we stay? It's your call.
Let's stay this time.
Stay. Oh, you commit, unlike my exes. So again, ladies, I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're taking notes. We're learning so much about Mr. Faust. Okay, we're almost done. So here we go. I'm going to take the pile that you created, sir. And like I said, we're going to do everything by sixes. And I'm going to do my best to keep this all in frame. See, this time I am dealing one at a time because we need how many piles, Mr. Faust?
6.
Yes, exactly. And I'm going to keep going till we run out of cards. So check this out. You were in charge of everything. You told me you counted aloud to 6. Now, you did say 5, and I wanted to honor that, so that's how many times we cut the deck. But you also told me where. Then, from the shuffled and cut deck, you created a pile. You told me top, bottom, or middle, and we learned all kinds of things about you, you crazy slide. Yes, we learned all kinds of things about you. And you said top, bottom, or middle. You said deal or drop. You said stay or one more. Was everything up to you, yes or no?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Christopher's saying this guy's Christopher. I love you, man. Okay, so here we go. Here. Oh, there's that wallet. Ooh, should we look at the prediction? Should we?
Yes.
Love it. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first prediction. Can you tell our viewing audience what this might be?
I don't know what it is. It's a 2 and an S.
Which would be the 2 of spades. Well said. Yes. I can tell you're a magician. Okay, yes. It's the 2 of spades. Yeah, we're just doing a card trick, but this could mean anything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here we go. This is the first prediction, but this is the first card of the first pile. Should we look at it?
Yes, let's do it.
Boom. Oh, look at that. Oh, but there's a second pile. Should we look and see if there's a second prediction?
Oh, yeah. Let's
okay.
look.
All right, what is that?
Queen of Spades.
Yes. Okay. Should we look at the second card?
Let's look.
Boom. Look at that. Oh, hey, there's a third pile. Should we see if there's a third prediction, Mr. Faust?
I would like to, yes.
I would love to, yeah. I mean, what else you got to do right now? Okay. Hey, what is that?
The 2 of clubs.
Yes. Oh, should we look at the third card?
Let's look at the third card, Micah.
Boom. Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
There's a fourth pile. There's a fourth prediction. What's that?
5 of clubs.
Should we look at the fourth card?
Let's do it.
Boom. There you go. Hey, there's a fifth pile. Should we see if there's a fifth prediction, yes. Mr. Faust? Yes, I agree. Where are you? Oh, I'm no good at origami. Oh, but there it is. Hey, what is that?
6 of spades. 6 of spades.
6 of spades. Hey, should we look at this card?
Yes.
Boom! Look at how good. But there's a 6th prediction. Speaking of 6, there's a 6th prediction. What is that?
3 of spades.
3 of spades, and boom! Give it up! We're Mr. That is unbelievable.
Oh,
give it up.
Bravo!
Incredible. Okay, now, yeah, right, dude. You nailed it. Everything was up to you, correct?
Yes, it was.
Cool. Now check this out. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that there's more writing on the other side. Oh, now I know that it's obscured by the ink, but can you tell the title of the document?
It says Magician's Code.
Exactly, Magician's Code. See, and there's a simple code, like, let me see if I can put this in front of the camera. Yeah, it's obscured by the ink, but you can probably see this A1, B2, C3, D4,
yeah.
5. Yeah, and the idea is you can use cards to say anything you want because we're magicians and we don't have social skills. So if we want to communicate with people, we might use the Magician's Code. So check this out. Yeah, I'm actually going to consult the code here. And okay, so let's take a look at our first 2 predictions. We've got a 2. Now, Mr. Faust, you know that there's no zeros or O's in a deck of cards, right?
Yes.
Right. So a magician, according to the Magician's Code, might use a queen because a queen is just an O with a little line through it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. So therefore, this could be a 2 and an O. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Cool. Now, meanwhile, we're going to switch suits. So I'm going to switch into another character. This will be a 2 and a 5. And I see, I got to consult the Magician's Code. Okay, but the 25th letter of the alphabet happens to be a Y. Now we got a 6.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm going to have to look that up. That's an F. And then we got a 3. That's easy. What's the 3rd letter of the alphabet?
C.
C, right. So now we've got a 20, and let's see, the 20th letter of the alphabet is a T. We got a T-Y-F-C. Does that mean anything to you?
T-Y-F-C, not yet.
T-Y-F-C. I wonder what it could mean, except for thank you, Faust and company. Could it possibly mean that thank you, you created you. You created this show. Thank you, Faust and company. Yes, thank you, Faust and company. And Mr. Faust, do you know how I knew you were going to match my prediction so perfectly? Do you know how I knew that ahead of time?
I don't know. How?
Because you did this in a deck that technically doesn't exist. There are no other cards in the deck. You used every card that existed. These are the only ones that are even real. Guys, give it up. Give it up for Mr. Faust. That guy. Look at this. Look at this.
Look,
thank you, Edward.
Look at that. Edward says booyah. And
Booyah.
And you got all these claps, Micah. That was wonderful.
Look at all those pineapples. And Christopher is selling me dope. Oh, no. He said dope. My apologies. Dude, that was awesome. And I know we lots of threes. Stuart's going to give me a lot of $3 bills. Thank you, Stuart.
That's right.
Hey, do we have time for one more quick one?
Absolutely. We got plenty of time.
Love it. Okay. And guys, once again, round of applause for Mr. Faust. That was just amazing. Okay. Oh yeah. Let check this out. Hey, look at the size of my deck, ladies. Yeah. Now you'll notice. Now, Mr. Faust, you can back me up on this. This does two things. One, it makes it easier to see. Yes. And two, it precludes the possibility of sleight of hand. It means that I can't do any funny moves or anything like that because my hands just aren't big enough. So once again, I want you to be in control. The cards are in no particular order, but you don't have to take my word for it. Oh, no. As always, sir, since you are the host, you are the creator, you are the producer, you get to be in charge. I'm going to keep shuffling until you say stop. And you can count to 6, or you can say stop earlier or later. It's up to you.
Stop.
Right there. Perfect. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. We started on the Ace of Hearts. It looks like we ended on the Ace of Hearts. We can keep going if we want or stay. It's your call.
Let's keep going. going.
Yeah, I don't trust you either. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, say stop.
Okay, stop.
Okay, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, check this out. Here we go. All right. Let's cut the deck. Now, even though we've shuffled it, I want you to be in charge. Before, you said 5, and so we made sure we cut it 5. But this time, we can cut as many times as you want. But tell you what, let's, since we might run out of cards, let's do a number, say, from 1 to 10. It's up to you. Let's make it more than 1 and up to 10. It's up to you.
How about, let's do 4.
That's perfect. But do you want to change your mind?
No.
Love it. Okay, so I'm going to say go. I'm going to run through the cards. You say stop, but don't wait till the end because keeping in mind, we are going to cut the deck 4 times. So here we go. Go, say stop.
Stop.
Okay, 1 up, 1 down, or stay there?
Stay there.
Stay there. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to flip it. And look, you hit a 4. That's pretty wild. Dude, honestly, you should become a magician. You should think about becoming a professional magician. Honestly, I think you would win awards and stuff. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I think you could win first place. Okay. All right. Now you said 4. Cut it at 4. However, we did say we were going to cut 4 times. So let's cut 3 more times. Now we might hit random cards or not. Let's just see. Say stop.
Stop.
Okay. 1 up, 1 down, or stay there?
1 down.
1 down. Yeah, I don't trust you either. Okay, that's a 1 down. And we got a 2. We got another even number. And that was the second cut. Dude, honestly, you got a knack for this, man.
This is eerie.
I know, right? I know. It's a curio. Yes, this should be on your next episode. Okay, so say stop.
Stop.
Okay, 1 up, 1 down, or stay there?
1 up.
1 up. Yeah, I don't trust you either. Let's go 1 up. Oh, a queen, another even card, but it is pretty random. But I think we have a 4th and final cut. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Say stop.
Stop.
1 up, 1 down, or stay there?
Stay there.
Stay there. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over. Oh, and 2 4s is a what?
An 8.
Yeah, dude. You honestly, you got a knack for this, man. Okay, so last decision. Say face up or face down. It's up to you.
Face down.
Face down. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look for the first face down card that I see. And again, there can be no switches. There can be no weird, funny moves. Now, here's where the face-up cards end, but you said face down. And yes. Here's the first face-down card. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so watch this. My eyes are closed. I mean, not that it matters. We're committed anyway. But check this out, man. I'm going to keep it so that we can all see. I think everyone's going to be wearing these. during the quarantine. This is a hot look. This is a hot look. Judy. Oh, thank you, Judy. She's a killer. Okay, so here's the thing. It's close enough to my brain that it's near my mind, but at the same time, it's so close I can't even see what it is. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, cool. So check this out. Dude, you got some mail. Is that correct?
I do have some mail. And
okay. Yeah, please take out that mail. It was an overnight package that you received. Overnight package, also my boylesque name. Yes, and there it is. Yes, and you haven't opened it yet. Is that correct?
That's correct. I haven't opened it, and it is addressed to me, and I blocked out all the stuff there.
Love it. Okay. Oh, that was very kind of you. My parole officer thanks you. Okay. So, Mr. Faust, will you tear open that tab and open up the package as best as you can?
Okay, let's do it. Open it now.
Look at it. Oh, the suspense is killing me. I hope it lasts. Oh, there's something inside. What could it be?
Oh, boy. Okay. You want me to take it out, Micah?
Yeah. Oh, and before you take it out, what is your favorite card? Just out of curiosity.
The 7 of Spades.
The 7 of Spades? What was inside that package? Show us.
It is a picture of me.
Yes.
With 7 of Spades. 7
of Spades. Oh, but there's a gigantic card on my brain. Should we see what it is?
Yes. Let's see
what it is. Give it up. Give it up.
Oh, my God. Wonderful.
Give it up for Mr. Faust.
Micah Cover, everyone. Micah Cover, everyone. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Awesome. Just like we rehearsed. You were keep that in private chat, but just like we rehearsed. Well done.
I'm going
in the Zoom. Thank you.
Everyone, we can do all this comments, so I want to make sure that you see it all and that everyone is enjoying, my friend. That was amazing. Amazing.
You did it. I am merely your vessel. I don't even know what happened here. I'm just a traffic cop.
No,
thank you.
Micah, now just for everyone just kind of figuring it out in case they didn't notice that you did send me mail overnight, and I was very attentive in picking that up today. And, that was wonderful, a wonderful prediction. I've never seen anything like that before, and that is very clever. My mind is boggled. I don't think I've laughed so much in a show before, and I thank you for that. Just great energy. So bravo to you, Micah. Bravo.
Mine, man. And once again, guys, give it up for Mr. Faust. He deserves it. Give it up for his applause. Yeah, no, more. Give it up for him. Yeah, no, louder. Yeah, I don't care if you mute it. All right, thanks.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Micah, so I do have a question for you. For the people out there who have never seen your show. Now, I know that I mentioned to everyone that you are the host and creator of the annual Night of the Raven at the Magic Castle in Hollywood. There are a lot of people out there who are members. Could you explain what that is and how you came up with it? What was your inspiration behind all that?
Great question. This is a true story. I thought, Mr. Faust, I was on a date, and I was in a car, and ironically, although it was a date, I was not driving. She was behind the wheel, and I was in the passenger seat. And I'll never forget this. Just out of nowhere, she's driving down the road. We're trying to get to the next thing, whatever it was. And out of nowhere, she just says to me, "Wouldn't that be cool if someone did a show about Edgar Allan Poe, but it was in a castle? That would be so cool." And I was like, "You're hot." So anyway, Kelly Dale Culver, wherever you are, screw you for dumping me, but thank you for giving me this kick-ass idea that's lasted 16 annual shows. So that is actually where it first came from. And this was years before I ever thought of being a professional magician, a member of the Magic Castle, before I even really knew what the Magic Castle was. I was on the other side of the continent, on the East Coast of America. This was before all of that. But when I got to the Magic Castle, people were doing shows like in the Peller Theater. And this was even before the Peller Project, when they just took it over for dual acts on the weekends, which is great. But back in the day, you could get in there and start doing a show. And so I started doing the Night of the Raven. It's a show in honor of Edgar Allan Poe. It's a magic and variety show. But it's also an opportunity for, I was about to say guys like you and me. Guys like me in the trenches who are struggling, not first prize winning, internationally known magicians.
No.
Honestly, we would be so freaking lucky to have you one year. But
Oh my gosh.
it's kind of an outlet, a platform for guys like me who usually get passed over by the castle. But now we get to say every year I played the castle, and even this past year when it was on Zoom, I had a number of Magic Castle magicians on there. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And thank you for asking. And we would be honored to have you one day.
Oh my gosh.
Assuming there's a 17th. Yeah.
Number one, I'm a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe's
Oh,
poetry,
yeah.
um, and my favorite one. I'd like to ask you, what is your favorite Edgar Allan Poe poem or story?
I'll bet you can guess.
Well, it's the Raven,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yes. Yeah.
now and it's quite interesting to me because his stories are a bit macabre,
Yeah.
but they also have so much meaning into it, and I'm very curious as to how you produce a show and bring it together. So I'm looking forward to watching you do that for sure.
Thank you. And if we could host you, it would be an honor. Either way, if you were, assuming we get the 17th, we'll see. But it'd be an honor just to have you there. But thank you, man. Yeah, and you might appreciate this. You're absolutely right. Poe is all about the macabre, but he's as you know, he's all about curios and the occult and that kind of thing.
Yes.
In fact, there's a line in the Raven where he, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. He's talking about ancient books, and many critics believe that Poe was writing a story, and I'm not making this up. Poe was writing a story about a magician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and if you think about it, he is trying to summon the spirit of his dead lover, Lenore.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that a magician might do, try to summon the dead. And that's basically what he's doing throughout his life, throughout the poem. And a lot of critics believe that, yes, he was dabbling in the occult. Technically, he was a magician, not that far off from you or me.
Right. That is very interesting fact. It actually gave me chills to know that there was this connection with Poe in that manner. When I knew that about that story, and I just wanted to bring up that was probably one of my inspirations between the ballerina doll rising in my hand was because of raising the dead and this sort of tragedy of and I love that, as weird as it may be, but that was an inspiration for me, and that's why I wanted to ask you about that.
That is badass. Guys, if you've not seen him do this, he has a ballerina, like, as he says, rise from the dead, basically, literally in his hand. And then the ballerina later dances on like one of those music boxes. It's absolutely gorgeous. And dude, Georgia Lyle is here. Georgia Lyle from the Night of the Raven. Hello, Georgia. She's from the Night of the Raven. But yet what you're doing, man, Poe was all about raising the dead. Half of his work was about some forlorn lover who lost the woman of his dreams, trying to bring her back. And every time I see Faust perform, I think of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
That's so you.
Micah, I could talk to you all night about this, this subject, and perhaps we will one day, because I'm inspired by Poe, just on those premises and metaphors. But is there any other projects that any of the people out there can find you and look for you on or expect in the coming months or days?
That's very kind of you. It looks like I'm going to have a weekly show, and our first episode will be this coming Tuesday, January 19th. Do you know what that is? Do you know, Mr. Faust, by any chance?
I don't.
Edgar Allan Poe's birthday. I happen to be doing a first show of many episodes on Edgar Allan Poe's birthday. It's coming up on January the 19th. And it's called Daytime with Dee Dee at Night, because my co-host is Dee Dee Cupcake. Her name says it all. And it's going to be nonstop chaos. And I'm posting all about it on social media. That's my next show coming up. How about you? How can we see you, man?
Well, on Faust and Company, just like this, when this episode finishes, we'll have a recording of it on Faust and Company, and so they could find your episode on there in case they missed the earlier portion. Micah, I want to go over some of your social media, because this is definitely interesting with your next show for January 19th. So they could find you on Facebook, Micah Cover, on there. And I'm assuming it's going to be on your website as well at Micah the Magician. I know you have two websites. Is that correct, Micah? Which one is the best one for you?
The one you got. I do have another website called Micah's Magic, which is good. It's mostly centered toward kids shows, family shows, that kind of thing. Yeah, thank you. You put that up, dude. The future is now. How are you doing this? I can't figure out my toaster oven, ladies and gentlemen. And Mr. Faust is making the future happen now. I don't know how you're doing this, brother. It's just a freaking miracle. Thank you.
And you're also on Instagram.
Instagram, right there. Am I pointing in the right place? Dude, it's incredible. Thank you. Yes.
Micah, I also wanted to mention to the audience as well, I put a virtual tip jar for, I do that for performers. It's a struggling time during the pandemic, and every little bit helps. So if you're out there watching Micah tonight, feel free to donate, and all the tips go to Micah for tonight.
Thank you, man. But all the accolades go to, honestly, this show that you're doing, it's a service to us. It's a service to your fans. Thank you, brother.
Micah, I have two questions for you before we close the show.
I was young. I needed the work. oh, that's okay. Let's say that was question 3. That'll be in the director's cut.
I'm gonna count how many times I've laughed during the show because my stomach hurts. I can't even get the next sentence out. But you know what? It is a good thing, Micah, for a lot of magicians that are trying to take it to that next level or try to improve their art in this, wonderful art. What sort of advice can you give them to sort of pursue so that they can take it to that next level?
Dude, that's a freaking awesome question. And as you know, even the people who've been around. Oh, and Nick says, "What's your advice to anyone who wants to be a magician one day?" So it's the same thing. Great minds think alike. Thank you, Nick. So that's a great question. And as you know, people like us who've been around for a while, we're still asking ourselves that question sometimes every day. You know what I mean? Right. So I think it's a good question for people who are just starting out. It's a good question for everybody. But that said, dude, honestly, watch Faust, and I'm going to tell you why. Your lecture was gorgeous. I learned so much about magic. I learned so much about you, but it reminded me of something. You told the membership at Magic. That's literally the name of the club. They're out in Covina, hence the final C in their acronym name. They're literally called Magic. And you told the membership that you believed that Faust, your character, was always trying to give the audience something, like even a tangible gift. Like if you could give the audience that, I mean, you're not going to give it to them because it's an expensive prop, but if you could give it to them, you would, and I think you even came out, I think you even said as far as if you could give the audience a hug, you would. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's Faust. And that reminded me of how important it is to have a place to come from. So for instance, Chris Herren, before his show, he can think, okay, what can I give the audience tonight? It might even be something different, or I might even have an epiphany in the middle of my own performance. I'm betting that's happened to you. And that one thought, what can I give the audience tonight, is like a guide. And you might decide to take some side steps, some even go off the beaten path, even leave the trail once in a while, but it gives you a path, a direction, even a target and a goal. Yes. And it reminded me of how important that can be. So when you're doing your marketing, when you are, when you're performing, when you're trying to figure out your character, when you're trying to figure out what kind of magician do I want to be, like Nick, that's a great question. Yes. Nick gets to ask himself, okay, this is all good, but what kind of magician should Nick be? And when Nick even starts with a thought, okay, I want to be this, like when Chris Herren thinks, I want to give the audience something, I want to give them a gift, even if it's intangible, that gives you something to shoot for, and that can help guide you on almost everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Micah, I think you should do my lecture because you have better words.
Honestly, it was just mind-blowing, your lecture. If you guys have an opportunity, I mean, obviously watch Mr. Faust perform, but if you have an opportunity to see his lecture, it will change the way you look at things. I guarantee it.
Micah, thank you for that, and just recognizing, and you're always been supportive to me, and that is one of the greatest gifts is meeting people like you who really love this art form, and you are enjoyable and entertaining magician to watch. Nonetheless, my abs have been working all. I mean, I can't say enough about it. One last question for you,
Yeah.
Mike. I always ask my guests to close out the show with a positive thought, that you want to give to the audience. Is there anything that any closing thoughts to the audience as we close the show tonight, Micah?
Thank you. Again, man, let's take a page out of Mr. Faust's book. Honestly, if you can give to someone, even if you think you can't, even when you're broke. Thank you, Stuart. Even when you're broke, even when you're suffering, if someone is suffering more and you give them a gift, if you give them a moment of wonder, like when Faust has that frickin' ballerina rise in his frickin' palm and it dances on the edge of a music box. That's a memory that no one's going to forget. And you might not be able to give people money. You might not be able to give people resources, but man, Faust, I will never forget the memories that you created for me in that lecture. If you can give somebody something like that, as hard as it is, even when you're trying to pay the bills, that's often better than gold. So thank you for the gift of this show. Thank you for the gift of you, sir.
Thank you, Micah, for just honoring us with your performance tonight. And as everyone can see out there, Micah is a very sincere and authentic person, and I'm honored to have you here to share magic tonight. And so, thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Herren as Faust, and this is the great Micah the Magician. And
Thank
we
you.
hope that you guys can come and see us again. And Micah, I hope you can come visit us again and bless us with your visit again.
I'd be honored. And again, Stuart, Jessica, Nick, everybody, Georgia, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Judy.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.